Well, welcome into this latest episode of Sports Hour. I'm your host, Trevor Hauer. We got our hockey analyst, Justin Chatema. And we also have this wonderful third computer in between us because we're watching I can't even swear on this station.
I mean, some would call it a hockey game, but I don't think...
It's not a hockey game.
It's not a hockey game.
It's a train wreck, car wreck. Like, I can't take my eyes off the screen because it's
Garbage
like a train
fire.
wreck. You can't, like, look away from it.
Dumpster fire. Dumpster fire.
I told my sister who was in the control room, somehow she won the, member of the week or something like that. But I told her, I said, the Leafs are going to blow the Sabres out tonight. Ryan O'Reilly, remember him? Do you remember him?
Oh, I remember him.
Ryan O'Reilly scored 2 goals on 2 shots.
In 1 minute. Within 1 minute.
You can't make this up.
It is 4-0.
We were supposed to have an NHL segment, but I think it's turning into like the Sabres Road Show.
The Sabres.
You okay with that?
I'm perfectly okay with that.
3 points out of a playoff spot, 5 games in hand, and we're back at home finally off a long Western road trip. Getting outshot 14-3. Down 4-0.
They have
we're
more
so
goals.
Good.
They have
we're so
more
good.
Goals. They have more goals than we do shots on goal. Like, what is going... Hello?
And now ESPN,
What's going on?
ESPN is showing every graphic possible of, oh, Ryan O'Reilly's so good. No, he didn't get the captaincy because Jack Eichel got it for the Sabres. Threw a fit. I lost my love of the game. Then quit. Then got traded to the Blues and then won a Stanley Cup, and now he scored 2 goals against us. So quitters win, I guess.
I guess so.
Yep, way to go.
You can't blame him for being mad about us giving the seat to Jack Eichel.
No, I mean, we hired Phil Housley as a head coach, so...
You know how that went.
I'd be mad too, but like, I don't know.
It took the Sabres 4 goals to finally switch out Luukkonen. What's going on there?
4 goals in 8 minutes.
And they're gonna be like, oh, maybe on the 4th one we'll trade him out for Anderson. No. I'm thinking maybe the second one that happened, within a minute of each other. Maybe that's when you're like, oh, maybe he's having an off day.
Yeah.
But no, let's give him 2 more. Let's give him 2 more goals.
Wait, when was the last time we played? Was it last Thursday or Friday? It was against the Sharks.
Yeah,
I think it was maybe Saturday.
It was Saturday.
We had a good 3-day rest, and you thought that was enough, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're down 4-0. Getting
I
outshot 15-3 now.
I guess we got to play every day to keep the practice going, so we remember how to play the game, game of hockey.
And also, why aren't we wearing our goat heads for this? And
that's probably why we're losing this much anyway.
Sabres fans, why are you selling your tickets to Leaf fans? And why is the screen not working? What up with that?
There's so many questions that are unanswered, Sarah.
The Sabres had 3 days to prepare for this. We had an entire winter break to get the freaking screen to work.
We can't even do that.
Yeah,
I guess we're just like the Sabres. Can't do the simplest of tasks.
It's we're 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first period.
Still have 3 shots.
Getting outshot 16-3 now.
Still only have 3 shots.
We're rocking those Austin 3:16 numbers here, or John 3:16, because Lord have mercy, we suck. Wide open in front of the net. I'm just giving you the live play-by-play. Casey Middlestat, top of the slot, shoots it wide. Yep. And I don't know. This was supposed to be an NHL segment, so you want to talk about another team?
Not really. I mean, I just kind of want to keep roasting the Sabres, but if we must, we could talk about how we absolutely ran over the Ducks.
Oh, yeah. And I was getting a little
Wednesday?
angry at that game too, because we were down. We took a 2-0 lead earlier in that game.
Yeah.
Went down 3-2. And then all of a sudden we won that game 7-3.
Yeah, we scored 3 in the third.
7 different goal scorers too.
We did double their shots on goal, that's good. You always like to see that. Who played goalie in that game?
I think that was our golden boy.
Our lovely,
pretty sure. Our 41-year-old goalie right there.
Our geriatric
Craigie
goalie.
Craigie Anderson. Oh, now they're finally now we're going around the NHL here. They're showing us a different graphic on the screen. Red Wings are up on the Capitals 2-1. I guess the Caps just scored. Wearing their white reverse retros. Without Ovi. See, they can score without their top player.
Yeah.
We have our top player in Tage Thompson. He hasn't done squat.
You haven't done anything.
Oh,
no
Jeff
one
Skinner.
has done anything.
What about Mr. $9 million with a wide open lane to shoot?
With
and
the
he shoots it right at the goalie's skate. Yeah.
Oh no, I think that's the point of the game.
Oh no, they want to play 3 posts.
Are they playing post? Yeah, they're
like
playing
in the Mighty Ducks D2.
So,
Remember, like Gordon versus Stanson and
they're
the 3
pretending
posts?
we don't have a goalie, and they're just going to play posts for now, like street hockey. Oh, now we have a tussle.
Now we have a fight in front of the net.
In front of the Maple Leafs goalie.
This is awesome.
We can't score goals, so we might as well compensate by a little aggression. Tage Thompson's getting a little upset.
Oh, guys, we have 5 shots.
Oh, we finally have one more shot.
Miracles
more
do happen.
than they have goals. Thank
Miracles do
God.
happen.
Thank the Lord. You know what? Just take our team away. Throw it into a different city.
Send them to
somewhere
Quebec.
Else.
I heard the Nordiques want a team.
I don't care, okay? This is just frustrating. It's annoying. I thought we had promise in the beginning of the season, and now as the more time goes on, Sabres.
I'm looking at the script right now, bro. We got 10 more minutes on our script. They just extended us.
Perfect.
Let's go. We got 10 more minutes to, I don't even know, roast Alex Tuck, who missed an open net. Up and then knocked down a player in front of the net who didn't even have the puck. The puck went in the net.
The puck went in the net. Wait, we might have a goal here. Oh,
nope.
No, of course
I guess not.
Of
I
course
guess not.
That's perfect.
I guess the
4-0 still.
The idiot in the striped shirt blew. I guess it was Chris back there. Like, way to go, Chris, in the striped shirt. You didn't.
Can you fix it?
You didn't see the puck was loose and it just went right in the back of the net.
I think they just need to listen.
No, they must have blew the whistle.
I think they need to listen to O-Town.
Dude,
this might be an NFL situation where
they need to listen to like New Kids on the Block with O-Town.
With like a featuring of NSYNC.
And then listen to like the Bandits do like karaoke night.
And then they have to like do a intermission meal of DP dough.
Yeah. Well, dude, not even all the DP dough in the world won't save this team right now. They just totally iced the puck with 37 seconds to go. But I guess we caught it. I don't even want to talk about this game.
Yeah, this game is over. We lost. We're done.
Yep, Ryan
it's
O'Reilly,
over.
cut it.
Cut it, we're done. Like, Sabres, cut it, we're done. Like, actually, we lost this game.
Sorry, the band's breaking up.
There's no way
I don't see a future with me as a fan anymore, so
I apologize.
Gonna have to cut ties right now, and I'm gonna take my fandom down to Dallas and root for the strongest fan base in the league in the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Predators for that one.
I'll root for the Coyotes or the Panthers or somebody.
Yeah.
I'll root for the abandoned factories.
I'd rather root for the San Jose Sharks than the Buffalo Sabres. Right now.
I'd root for the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah. I'd root for Ukraine. I'd root for Ukraine.
I just root for the announcer just to, mess up all the calls.
No, you got this.
But, yeah, I'm done with this game. How about the game against the San Jose Sharks? Yeah, shut that off. It's garbage. I can't wait to see what Duffer has to say about that period. Well, guys, we have something to improve on.
Well,
Whatever.
Never mind.
I'm done.
We got to skip.
I'm done.
Next.
Well, it's 8:14. You know what? We got 8 more minutes. Let's talk about the Sharks game.
8 more minutes? Okay,
Yep.
Let's talk about the Sharks game. 1-1 in the first period, and then we go on to the second. Another goals per each team. The Sharks actually ended up with more shots on net than us, which is kind of surprising.
We were just locking it in the goaltending department with our boy,
with
Craig Anderson.
With our geriatric Craig Anderson.
With our guy who's going to check into a nursing home at the end of the year.
Get some oil in those joints, he can still move. Like the Wizard of Oz. What's his name? Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Oh, that's our goalie.
That's our goalie.
That's our 41-year-old Tin Man.
He wasn't even playing. It was Lukin who was playing.
I thought, Brent, I'm looking at you behind the camera. I thought it was Craig Anderson. I guess it was UPL.
But it was actually Ukko-Pekka.
Okay, well, that just proves our point even more. UPL will shut out the Vegas Golden Knights. He'll play amazing against the Colorado Avalanche, who are the defending Cup champions. But then he'll let Ryan O'Reilly, this washed-up, has-been quitter loser, come into his old building and score 2 goals on 2 shots.
Within a minute of the first period.
This dude doesn't even wear a visor. This bro still thinks it's 2002. He doesn't even wear a visor. Wow, tough guy.
He thinks he's cool.
Yeah. Everyone on Toronto thinks
we're
they're
here
cool.
to say he's not.
First round exits. First round exits. Get your leaf blowers out because it doesn't even matter who they're playing in the first round. I really hope they're playing Boston. Like they have this thing where they lose like the last 10 games of the season, end up in the second wild card spot, and we obviously get the first wild card spot. And then they have to play Boston and get swept.
If we get a wild card this season, I'll be surprised.
Well, we still got 4 games in hand, but Capitals had to just score and probably tie the game, so we're going to be 5 points out again.
No, yeah. How's that game going on right now?
Detroit was up 2-1. They're still up 2-1 right now.
2-1.
And I don't know if the Penguins are playing tonight, but if they are, that's going to be huge too because they have a wild card spot.
They're not playing tonight.
They are not playing tonight.
They must be playing tomorrow.
Nope, they're not playing. Not playing tomorrow.
Thursday. Yeah, they're playing the Oilers Thursday.
Oh, Connor McDavid, 4 goals confirmed.
Good night, Penguins.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
Tuck him in.
We got McDavid having he's got the most goals, he's got the most assists, and he has the most points in the league.
And most power play points.
He's sweeping the league. He is like the best player. There's no one that's like competing against him.
We spend all this time thinking about Ovi breaking the record.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like 15 years down the road, it doesn't even matter because McDavid's going to pass them both.
How old is McDavid?
He's 20, 24, 25.
Probably. So young. Ovi, sorry, you're getting up there in age.
No, he'll have the record for like 3 years, 3-4 years.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, well, probably longer than that. Probably longer than that now that I think about it. But because I think McDavid's got to be like 37 to get the record, or 38 years old. But he's already had almost 1,000 points, and he's like in year 6. Mm-hmm. So I have no idea. But he's a baller.
He's a steamroller.
He's a beauty.
He really is. He's fast.
I'm still not over that draft lottery, by the way. That's one we should have won. That is one that we should have won.
Oh my God!
But we still finished.
Don't even get me started. And then we get.
Let me see. Sabres would still finish 24th in the league every single year.
Yeah. Actually, if we had McDavid, we would just ruin his potential, and then it would just be another good hockey player going through the hell ring that is Buffalo.
Maybe we can call Connor McDavid over here to fix our monitor. Like
Maybe.
he's such a magical hockey player.
I'd love to see what you see today, but
I don't know what camera I'm looking
unfortunately we can't. I'm looking into the black mirror abyss that is a monitor TV screen.
Yeah.
It's not on. Nothing's on.
Yeah, I'm about to blue skidoo real quick into the abyss.
I'm gonna.
Like, what's going on here? I don't even know if I'm looking in the right camera.
You know, this whole Sabre situation has got me in a bad mood, and I'm upset.
Yeah, I mean, you're decked out in Sabre stuff. I would have just gone on this segment shirtless. Honestly.
I mean, this is the goat head, but so it doesn't deserve this. But as a franchise, bye.
Yeah, I can't throw this because I mean that's like
Let's
the
go
most.
Bandits.
Let's go Bandits, dude. You know what though? Let's look at some other games that are on tonight. Let's just forget the Sabres because there's only one team that plays in the There's only one team that plays in the KeyBank Center that truly matters to the public.
And that is the Buffalo
Bandits. The Buffalo what?
Bandits. We got Ducks Lightning. The Lightning is up 1-0
in the second period.
And then we got Red Wings Capitals. We talked about 2-1 Red Wings.
We have the Montreal Canadiens. They did not blow up actually, as they are beating the New Jersey Devils
3-1.
3-1.
Scored 2
I
in the second.
thought they blew up in the locker room at the KeyBank Center, but I guess not. Hurricanes and Blues. Canes are up 2-1 in the second period.
Kings and Wild have
just got underway.
Didn't get any points on the board just yet. Canucks and Predators 1-0 Predators. And then tonight we also got the Golden Knights and the Blackhawks starting at 8:30, and the Flyers and the Oilers starting at 9. That's going to be
So what you're saying is Connor's going to take care of Philly.
Oh, of course.
And then he's going to take care of Pittsburgh.
Tuck him in, kiss him goodnight.
Kiss him goodnight. Because you know what? They're one of the biggest rivals in the NHL. And McDavid's like, I don't care. I'm going to squash them both at the same time.
No, he's going to.
In all the bad that is tonight for the Sabres, at least we can go on like ESPN Plus and just watch Connor McDavid play hockey.
You know, it's just fun to watch him play. He's so fast.
Like ever since his rookie year, he's played out of his mind.
Yeah, he's really consistent, just a consistently really good player. And it's really fun to watch.
But who do we play next? I did know this before the day started, and then I saw
play Tampa next.
I saw Brent, Justin, I think Ethan come booking into the room saying that Ryan O'Reilly sniped 2 Genos, and I completely forgot everything else going on in my life. So
I think we play.
Oh, Tampa Bay L
on Thursday.
Huge L coming up in Tampa.
All
right, there's no way that's gonna be a win.
So that's gonna be another loss, another frustrating day for us.
Watch us wear our goat heads that night.
Hopefully. Oh, and then we have then we got a doubleheader. Friday we play Florida Panthers.
Oh.
That's going to be actually that might be a close game, but
if UPL starts,
then it won't be a close game. We're going to get 4 goals scored on us in the first period. Reinhart is going to score.
Oh, he's going to score 3.
3 back to back to back.
Ryan O'Reilly will score 5 tonight. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
He'll do his best. Tage Thompson, Jerome McGinley impersonation, score 5 goals.
But if we start Craigie, our geriatric, lovely goalie,
I'm down to bring back Ryan Miller at this point. Just take his banner down for a game, and then once he's done, bring it back up.
Let him play one more season.
Or put Matt Vincent.
Let's see what he can do. Let's see what our skinny goaltender can do.
Yeah, dude, he's the skinniest person on this planet, Ryan Miller.
He can move.
But he
can move across that crease.
I'm even down bringing back Enroth. I'm very open-minded about this, or maybe even
anyone other than
maybe even Matt Vince.
UPL. Anyone other than him. Please.
I don't know. I'm just kind of.
I'm over it. I'm done. Cut it.
Cut it because the Sabres. This was the most important week of the season, and this is how you start. You know what? For all we know, the Sabres could score 6 in the second. And this whole segment would be irrelevant.
That is Sabres activity. No, that really is. Like, oh, we're losing. Time to up our gameplay, and then we play out of our minds. It's a good and bad thing about our team. We're a very adaptable team. We know how to adapt to the other team's energy, and gameplay. But it just sometimes it's just really frustrating.
4-0 is tough, man.
Dude.
Wait, can we be like Mighty Ducks in the second movie? They're down by 3. Wearing their Team USA jerseys and they switch to the Ducks uniforms and win the gold medal.
Yeah,
we can do that with our goat heads.
Just do that. Just switch into the old.
Or just hire Gordon Bombay as your head coach.
Please switch to the old black and
the Minnesota Miracle Man.
And fire down the ice like the Buffalo you are.
All right, man. I think it's time to cut it.
I guess cut it. We're done.
All right.
Let's go Bandits.
Let's go Bandits. We're done with the Sabres right now. Jokes of the NHL. Coming up in approximately 2 minutes, we got Ethan to talk some NBA basketball when we return.
We've been down there. You gotta do the same. Post office. All you do is sign. So don't get nervous. Sign your name. For selective service. It takes no time. Just sign on the line at the post office. For selective service.
Hey guys, if you're about to turn 18, you've got to register with Selective Service. It's simple. Just go down to the post office, fill out a card, and turn it in. That's all there is to it. There's no draft now. You're just adding your name to Selective Service's list in case there's a national emergency.
So if you're 18 now, Selective Service, you gotta get down to the post office.
Register with Selective Service. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the law.
Takes no time. Just sign on the line at the post office. Selective Service.
What a great time for a drink. What a great time for a drink. What a great time for a drink.
If it's time for a drink this many times a day, you're not a social drinker. You're a problem drinker. And you could be well on your way to really messing up your life. Think about it. Talk to somebody about it. Do something about it before it's too late. A message in the interest of your better health from the American Medical Association.
This is not a commercial. If you think measles, mumps, whooping cough, or polio are nothing to worry about, you'd better think again, because they could make your child go blind or deaf. They can cripple or kill. To protect children, you have to get them immunized. Get them their shots. It costs nothing or very little, so get it done now by your doctor or local health center. Your child's future is in your hands. Don't let her down.
A message in the interest of better health from the American Medical Association.
So, on a lighter note, we got some NBA hoops to talk about. Ethan, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, Matt. I wanted to start the segment by wishing you and everybody at home a very happy National Mother Language Day. Make sure you're going out there and celebrate by speaking your native tongue.
And also, National Pet Day, I think. Isn't that?
I think that was like last week, or like Saturday or Sunday.
What?
I don't know.
So you're telling me TikTok lied to me this morning?
Probably.
I was going to wish my dog a happy Pet Day today, but okay.
Shout out Daisy.
Shout out Georgia. Okay. But,
so we had some interesting stuff over the weekend.
Yeah, we did. All-Star game? You want to jump right into that?
Let's start with the beginning of the weekend. Let's start with the skills challenge. The celebrity game was pretty cool. I think DK Metcalf got drug tested by the NFL.
He did.
Because he played out of his mind. That was pretty cool. The three-point contest and the dunk contest both happened. And can we talk about the bums they had in the NBA dunk contest? Don't get me wrong. Professional basketball players are some of the greatest athletes in the world, and they're way better than me at whatever they do. However, you had Jericho Sims, Mac McClung, and I don't even know the two other guys.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
For all we know, it could have been the Harlem Globetrotters.
It could have been. It could have been you or I, Trevor.
Oh man, if I made the All-Star game, you would know about it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we
You would know about it.
Mac McClung won. Congratulations to him.
Congrats.
Jericho Sims with some horrible dunks.
Yeah.
I mean, all he did was jump up, put his hands in the rim, like into the net, and then pulled out the number 50.
Yeah, I thought he was going to try to swing from it.
Or something. But all he did was just show the number 50 to the camera, and I'm like, what's happened?
It's like, cool.
Hey, and I think this is a worrying trend that like players don't really care about the All-Star game or the All-Star activities.
And that goes for every sport, right? Like
yeah, that's pretty true. Like the Pro Bowl's falling apart.
No one cares about dodgeball.
Did anybody watch the NHL All-Star break? I didn't.
I watched the fastest shot. I didn't watch the actual game. No.
Nobody watches the actual game. I don't even think the MLB. I mean, you watch the Derby.
The Derby. I'm gonna be watching the World Baseball Classic coming up.
That's coming up.
For sure.
We're gonna be covering that in the show.
Absolutely.
That'll be interesting.
Yep.
Anyways. Dunk contest, disappointing. Nothing really cool happened. Mac McClung is a G leaguer, or he was up until this point in the season. He's now on the Philadelphia 76ers roster. He'll be fighting for some minutes. I doubt he'll get much. His game doesn't really translate beyond running to the rim and dunking. So unless he has a fast break, he's not really going to contribute much on the offensive end.
By the way, it's actually International or National Pancake Day. I read in the script just now.
It's National Pancake Day?
We weren't even close.
Wow.
Who comes up with this stuff?
My informant told me it was International Language Day.
TikTok told me it was National Pet Day.
Well, apparently it's National Pancake Day.
Oh,
so
Kellyanne said it. Thanks for the inside information.
Kellyanne is my insider, and now she just
today. If I knew about
she's feeding me bad information.
No, I think it's good information. Pancakes are better than waffles. I don't care what anybody says.
I think that's an undebatable topip.
Yeah.
Anyways, 3-point contest happened. I believe it was Tyrese Halliburton.
From Indiana.
And he's turned out to be great. Sacramento Kings traded him away last season for Domantas Sabonis, and that's one of the few trades in the NBA where I think both teams kind of won.
But nobody expected Halliburton to be this good.
Oh my God, Halliburton.
Nobody expected the Pacers to have the start that they did.
Yeah, they came out of the gates hot.
Like maybe 1-8, 1-9
I had them really
start.
low on the tier list. I had them in like bottom 10 of the league. But they've been a happy surprise. Tyrese Halliburton's been great. He's obviously becoming a great young star. And then there's the All-Star game itself. And I did not watch the All-Star game, I'll be fully honest with you, because I simply do not care.
Yeah, combine the points together, they scored like 400.
They scored, 184 to 175. It finished Team Giannis won over Team LeBron. Jason Tatum wins All-Star MVP by scoring
stat line is
55 points,
insane.
10 rebounds, and 6 assists. 55 points is the All-Star game record. Giannis, the two captains played a combined 14 minutes of the night. Giannis played a total of 0 minutes. He made 1 layup, went off the court with a right hand injury. He avoided significant damage, luckily for the Bucks and him. LeBron came out of the game, I think, halfway through the second quarter with an injury to his hand as well. And
I think that's why one of the reasons why a lot of people don't really like the All-Star game. It's just the risk of injury. I mean, to your best players, and it's not like the season's over. It's not like the Pro Bowl.
It's not like the
you
Pro
still have
Bowl.
2 more months of basketball to play.
Which is a great point. I think that's why people are starting to take it less and less serious. Obviously, nobody is out there playing defense because who cares? It's the All-Star game. So you do get like really cool highlights. There's the LeBron off self-lob off of the glass with the reverse throwdown. That was pretty cool. So there's a bunch of cool plays. We all like the cool plays, but there's no substantial thing. If we wanted to watch a highlight reel, there's the entire NBA season to that. I feel like there's got to be something to play for or to win. I'm not sure what that is, but I think there's obviously there's no imminent fix. Otherwise there's no like easy answer. There's no simple Band-Aid like this is what we're gonna do and it's gonna make the All-Star game worth playing. And that goes for any professional sports league because nobody cares about the All-Star games anymore. It's at the point where I think they should just have the 3-point contest.
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah, and it's just like oh cool, you guys are All-Stars.
Right.
Great, and that's that. I don't know. I think it's annoying.
But
I don't
Kyrie
like the
Irving
All-Star game.
Looked great, 32 points.
Irving played great. Donovan Mitchell, great young player. Luka Doncic only had 4 points.
Embiid looked great, 32 points.
Jaylen Brown had 35. But all these players scored a lot. But I could score in the All-Star game, and that's saying a lot. When
the score is 184, 175, defense is completely optional at that point.
Yeah, it's just, everyone's out there having a fun shoot around. And I guess if you want to look at it like that, you can look at it like that. I don't want to run on anybody's parade. I think the All-Star game can be enjoyable, can be entertaining. I just don't get the point. Moving on to the real basketball. Couple of big signings, not big signings, but sort of post-trade deadline roster shakeups. Russell Westbrook is picked up by the Los Angeles Clippers on a buyout deal with the Utah Jazz. Patrick Beverley, I believe is making contributions to the Chicago Bulls. So that's sort of the Russell stays in LA. I hope the Clippers are a better fit for him. I think Russell Westbrook can still contribute meaningful minutes off of the bench. I don't know how good he will be. Obviously, he's terribly inefficient, but I think with the right coach, I think Tyronn Lue can be the right coach. We've seen him get a lot out of players that are way past their prime. I think of Jeff Green back in the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. I think J.R. Smith looked like a reasonable basketball player, way past his prime. So I'm hoping the new resurgence of kind of being in a system that is now built around by an experienced coach, not to get away from Darwin Ham, but I think Tyronn Lue has proven he's a much better coach than Darwin Ham. So I'm hoping Russell can thrive in that new system. Patrick Beverley goes to Chicago. They needed a bench point guard. They needed a bench defender. They needed energy minutes off of the bench. All those things get answered by Patrick Beverley.
You know, especially going 3-7 in their last 10 games.
Yeah,
and falling out of the top 10, even in the Eastern Conference. Chicago needs some depth off the bench.
But I think they also need a lot of scoring. And Patrick Beverley is not the guy you want to rely on for scoring. He can get you some buckets. Don't get me wrong. He can put the ball in the hoop, but he's not going to go out there and consistently solve your offensive inefficiencies. And you look at that roster, and you're wondering where the offense has gone.
Yeah.
You look at DeMar DeRozan, you look at Zach LaVine, you look at Nikola Vucevic. All three of those players should be top 10 in their position scoring on the offensive end. The whole question with that roster wasn't the offensive end; it was the defensive end. Now neither side is working, and you just signed Billy Donovan to a massive 5-year contract extension.
Right.
So what is going on over there in Chicago?
And you got to look at the polar opposites between the West and the East. I mean, I think the West. This is my personal opinion, but I think they have way more contenders for the championship than the Eastern Conference.
Especially after the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Think about all the trades. All the Eastern teams got worse, and all the Western teams got better. Kevin Durant heads to Phoenix. Kyrie Irving heads to Dallas. I think there's a bunch of other trades that I can't really remember right now, but the West got stronger, the East got weaker. And that's kind of been the idea of the NBA for a while now. The Western Conference sort of is the place to be when you have powerhouses now like Phoenix, who are now I think the title favorites. You still have the Grizzlies, who are a great young team.
Sacramento is kind of
Sacramento can surprise you.
Yep. For the first time since when have they been in that contention? I don't even remember the last, maybe 2011.
I think they're the team in the NBA with the longest gap in their.
I mean, the team that hasn't been relevant since Chris Webber.
They haven't made the playoffs in I think 20 years now.
Yeah. It's been rough.
I think they had the longest drought in sports.
Kind of sounds like a hockey team that I root for. That's going to get that drought.
That got four goals scored in them in the first period.
Timberwolves.
Two by a former player. Timberwolves. They're a team that's fun. We haven't seen the Rudy Gobert trade work out quite as well as we wanted to. Cat obviously still dealing with that injury sprain.
Do we expect Golden State to fall out of playoff contention right now? There's still like 2 months left.
Out of playoff contention,
Golden State is in 9th in the Western Conference.
I'm not confident. I think they're definitely a play-in team. I think they definitely can figure it out. I think there's a lot of things going wrong over there right now. Klay Thompson obviously past his prime. Draymond Green is a glorified coach out there. He's basically Udonis Haslem.
Right.
Jordan Poole has massively regressed from where he was last season. I think teams have started to figure him out. All of that being said, however, I think they are still a good team. I think the Golden State Warriors, as long as they have Stephen Curry on the court, as long as they have that big three in the Splash Brothers, they're still going to make it work. So I wouldn't write them off just yet. Teams I would kind of not hedge my bets on right now. The Thunder, I'm not convinced. If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't giving you scoring, they're not going to win.
The Blazers.
So they're kind of the Blazers again. Damian Lillard. The Blazers have had the same story for the past decade.
They always go in as the underdog. It's almost like you want to go in and root for them.
They had one season with CJ McCollum, and there was that awesome 7-game series between the Nuggets and the Blazers. I remember watching that game live and seeing Damian Lillard make clutch shot. My heart was racing. It looked great. And then that roster has only lost players. Yusuf Nurkic, not who he used to be. CJ McCollum now plays for the Pelicans. You only replaced it with Anthony Simons, who was a great player, don't get me wrong, but you are more than Anthony Simons away from a title. And they haven't even flipped Dame for anything. So they've kind of been meddling in poverty for like forever now.
And when they started clicking a few years ago, like you thought that they really turned a corner.
Mm-hmm. And I thought it was
the early playoff exits that were really shooting them in the foot.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of like the Raptors are right now. You know, they're consistently good.
But except the Raptors had that Cinderella story.
Yeah, but Kawhi Leonard, and look what they did. They traded away a franchise player that's been with the team for a very long time.
They started giving
a couple of first-round picks,
Kyle Lowry,
and two good players,
starting reps.
And they got Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
And they went and won a championship. And they haven't done that. The Blazers haven't done that. They need another piece around Dame to win a title, and they're not seemingly forthcoming with that.
You can't have one guy carry the whole time and expect to win
not
the semifinal round.
Not sustainably.
Right.
The Denver Nuggets, however, are a very fun team to watch. I recommend if you like watching basketball where everything's moving all at once, watch the Denver Nuggets game. I think Nikola Jokic is on his way to win his third straight MVP.
Yeah.
His efficiency is off the charts.
Didn't have very flashy numbers in the All-Star game, but who cares?
He's not built for the All-Star game. The way Nikola Jokic plays is not built for the All-Star game.
No, it's not.
He is a pass-first player that.
And to tell you the truth, I don't think he really cared.
I don't think he cares either.
He's like, all right, if I get paid, I'll play this game.
Hey,
like,
I'll show up.
Cool.
I'll run up and down the court.
They're top of the West, 41-18 is their record, 7-3 in their last 10 games.
They just got rid of Bones Highland, who I think is a good player. I just don't think he works in that system.
Yep.
Jamal Murray's having a great season. Michael Porter Jr. staying healthy. Nikola Jokic is having another monster season with incredible efficiency.
Yeah.
So I think it's all systems go for the Nuggets.
Memphis doesn't get talked about enough either.
Yeah, I think Memphis kind of gets forgotten under that. Like, they didn't make any moves at the deadline. John Morant famously said, "I'm good in the West." He's not scared of any team in the West. Every team in the West got better, every contender. The Clippers got better, the Suns got better, the Mavericks got better, the Kings stayed the same, the Nuggets got better. So, they didn't get it done last season.
And I think he's going to be the future of, if he's not already, he's going to be the future of basketball once LeBron's out the door.
I think John Morant is one of the new horsemen of the NBA.
That guy?
I think it's either going to be him or Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is just a wonder to watch. That man is amazing at basketball. But yeah, John Morant, definitely incredibly talented player, super athletic, highlight reel every time you watch him.
For sure.
Gets you, I think, 36 off the bench or 36 points per game on some ridiculous number like that. He's just a crazy player. Heading over to the Eastern Conference, it's pretty much a three-team race.
Kind of underwhelming, if you ask me, around February.
I think the Boston Celtics are still a very strong team. I think they have probably the best roster in the East. They have Jason Tatum, who's playing great, Jaylen Brown, who just scored 35 in the All-Star game, and a lot of really key role players. I think of Derek White. I think of Grant Williams. I think of Al Horford can give you big minutes off the bench. And by the time you get to the playoffs, when you think about it, everybody has that star factor. Everybody has that one player that can go out and get you 40 a night. What you really got to look at into the playoff matchups is bench matchups.
Yep.
If I don't have Jason Tatum on the court, can I still manufacture offense? Can I still get big stops?
Can you still get, points beyond the arc?
Meaningful minutes is what you need off of the bench. Minutes that you can have where your player can rest and you can still feel the competitive team. I look at teams that have that right now: the Celtics, the Bucks.
Bucks for sure.
Kind of the 76ers. Maybe the Cavaliers and the Nets barely. Beyond that in the East, I don't see good depth squads.
Can we look at the New York Knicks and the fact that they have a playoff spot right now?
The New York Knicks are sixth in the NBA.
Stephen A. Smith's happy, bro.
The Knicks haven't been good for a while, but Julius Randle's having a great season. Jalen Brunson is fueling a Knicks rush.
They're not really the most complete team.
I think they're going to be a first-round playoff exit at best.
Yeah.
But hey, the Meadowlands are rejoicing.
Just get there. Look at this year as a goal just to get there.
For the New York Knickerbockers, and slow steps to the Toronto Raptors, and slow steps to the Buffalo Sabres, giving you a live score update 3 minutes in the second period. 4-0 Toronto still,
Trash,
but we have 11 shots on net.
Absolute garbage. Thanks for coming on and talk some basketball.
Thank you.
Really shine some light on some other sports because, But thanks for coming on. In approximately 2 minutes, we're going to have Brock on to talk some NASCAR. Let's go.
Happy International Pancake Day.
When we return.
Hey, you! You fellas must be strangers around here. I better straighten you out.
Something wrong, officer?
You just happen to be violating Section 17B, Article 4. That's all that's wrong.
The safety belt law. Oh, we never wear safety belts. We're dummies.
Now, look, you happen to be talking to the law. Don't you get smart-nosed with me.
How are we going to pay for this? We're always broke.
Let's get that vehicle out of here.
You'd learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Where to?
Body shop, 71st and 1st.
Yeah, I know you. Love your commercials. Safety belts, right?
That's where you're going, man.
Tell her, missus, she loves you guys. She doesn't buckle up either.
Told you nobody's listening.
You need anybody? Listen, Odie drivers part-time. Really an act? It's just a little slow down. Just put seatbelts in my cab. Nobody uses them. Guess they feel safe with me.
If we'd had half a brain, we'd have buckled up.
Hey, Bumper Breath, I do have half a brain.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
The American Cancer Society wants you to know that a meal which includes fish is simply more ammunition in the fight to reduce your cancer risk. To learn more, call us.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
I think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Happy to have Brock on to talk some left turns here, talk some Daytona 500. This is our first ever NASCAR segment, so I cannot wait for this. Indeed. Grew up a huge NASCAR fan since like circa 2003 when I was like 2 years old. So I've been a Dale Jr. fan, Jimmy Johnson, I mean, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin are probably my four guys, but I've been watching the sport kind of inconsistently over the past 5 years, but I've been watching it since 2003. Brock, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad to be on the show and to talk some cars racing.
What up with the construction garb?
You want to know something? I just want to try something new. It's a little style.
Well, if you were to tell me we were dressing like the Village People, I would have dressed up too.
Indeed. Well, you should have got your memo, man.
Well, I didn't receive it because I was too busy watching a crappy hockey game. So, Daytona 500. What we thought was going to be 200 laps around the 2.5-mile track, the Great American Race, ended up being the longest one in NASCAR history. This was the 65th annual Daytona 500, and it went on for 211 laps. So do the math there. That's like the Daytona. I'm doing quick math here. Daytona 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Daytona 520. I'll just call it that. But it was won by somebody who hasn't won a race since 2017, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
My man Ricky. He won all of it. And you want to know what he did afterwards? He celebrated at a Waffle House. Let's go.
He did celebrate at a Waffle House, but before that, did you see his celebration after he picked up the flag and went back to his car? He climbed the catch fence and started doing pull-ups on top of the catch fence. So that was pretty cool. Ricky Stenhouse is a beast. I don't even know what team he drives for. He drives the 47. I'm very unfamiliar with the team that he drives for, but coming in second was Joey Logano. 3, Christopher Bell with Joe Gibbs Racing, Joey Logano and Penske Racing. Chris Buescher in the 17 for Roush Racing. Alex Bowman 5th. AJ Allmendinger 6th. Wow. Daniel Suarez 7th. Ryan Blaney 8th. Ross Chastain 9th. And someone named, I don't even know who this is. I don't even know who drives the 15. Riley Herbst. I have no idea who that is. See, that's the crazy thing about Daytona, is that it's a super speedway. You're running the draft the whole time. You're running the high side, low side, whichever side works. And anyone, and I mean anyone, can win Daytona. Did you see who finished 11th by any chance, Brock?
I'm currently looking into
the 11th. Well, I'll tell you right here. It's the guy that can outrace any NASCAR driver with no hands on the wheel. That's Travis Pastrana. The dude who runs motocross racing came in the top 12 of the Daytona 500. So that's awesome. Finished above Kevin Harvick, who ran his last Daytona 500. Also a big fan of him growing up, too. But I watched this whole thing, man. I watched a 4.5-hour race of cars going around a big oval track, racing side by side, which felt like the whole time. On the Fox broadcast, that seemed to go into commercial every 5 laps. But the race didn't get going until the sun went down and the lights turned on, okay? Because at that point, we really didn't see a lot of cautions except for the end of the stages, which were won by Brad Keselowski, and I believe Ross Chastain won the second stage. Winner of the third stage obviously won the race, and that was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But right around 20 laps to go, the tension started to build up. Racers were starting to bump into each other a little bit more. And you know Daytona, when they're going almost 200 miles per hour down the straightaway, down the backstretch, around the turns, I mean, you know that one guy gets into one guy, it's going to cause the big one, right? The big wreck that takes out like 20 cars in the race. And we saw that with about 18 laps to go.
Indeed.
And what happened at the end of that one, though, was we went to NASCAR overtime after the second wreck. And we're thinking, all right, Kyle Busch has a lead with 2 laps to go on a new team racing for Richard Childress Racing. He's got 2 laps to go. He's in the lead. All he needs to do is cross the start-finish line one more time, and the race ends on the next flag. It doesn't matter if it's a caution or a checkered flag or any other one. The next flag wins the race. He's about a quarter mile from crossing that line for the final lap, and wouldn't you know, the guy who finished 7th, Daniel Suarez, spins into the infield, causing a caution. We're going to NASCAR overtime. So when you saw OT, what were you really thinking about was going on? I mean, at that point, it's the final restart, what we thought was the final restart. And everyone was giving out their picks to win. I know that Tony Stewart was in the broadcast booth, and Clint Boyer, they're all saying, well, you know, I'm looking at guys like Chris Buescher, who's in 2nd, or Christopher Bell, who's running 4th right now. No one predicted Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to go from 5th to 1st on the last lap.
I'm in shock.
I mean, nobody.
No one.
Nobody expected Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to do anything until I saw him on the backstretch. Coming in 4th on the outside, cutting down in front of, I believe it was Christopher Bell on the inside, and getting that massive push, which sent Logano up and pushed into the side. Going into turn 3, Ricky Stenhouse had it the whole way, and then he started to catch him. And then there was a wreck at the end of that lap, which caused the end of the race to end under caution on lap 211. But wow, I mean, there's a reason why they call that thing the Great American Race. Didn't really get much of anything for the first 120 laps. I mean, you saw there was only 2 cautions, or 3 cautions. 2 because of the end of the stage, and 1 because of debris. The tension started to build up. You're like, these cars are going to start to wreck because there's always that one big wreck. I mean, we didn't see anyone go upside down like we saw in the Xfinity race on Saturday with one of the, I think it was the 21-year-old kid who raced for Joe Gibbs, who went upside down. I was expecting something like that at the end of the race, but, I mean, a race that should have lasted 3 hours went on for almost 5 because there was 4 accidents in the last 10 minutes or 20 laps of the race.
4 accidents just to screw everything up.
Yep, that's right.
Just to screw everything up.
Yeah. Now, I see you wrote a lot of stuff down. Why don't you explain what you wrote here? Well, other than, we all know what NASCAR is, right? 3 hours of left turn, pretty much, but...
Yeah. I just said, like, the basics, you know, the little jokes. Like, yeah, they were going faster than I do on the I-90 every single day. It's just a basic fact that they do that.
Yeah, but you also wrote down the stat about the command. I don't know why Kevin Harvick and 6 other drivers said, drivers, start your engines, because aren't they the drivers that have to be in their cars while somebody...
Indeed.
I mean, it just didn't make any sense. Kevin Harvick and I think like 4 other drivers took the microphone and said, start your engines. But they're the drivers and they couldn't do it because they're up there saying it, and it made 0 sense. I would have loved to bring back Kevin James.
Kevin James.
I believe, what was that, 2010 or 2011?
I remember this. This was 07 and 010.
Oh, 2007? Yeah. Oh, I remember that one vividly. Jimmy Johnson won that Daytona 500. That's how I remember it. But yeah, I mean, Joey Logano taking 2nd place. He almost got his 2nd Daytona 500 of his career, but he's the reigning NASCAR champ. So I think he'll take 2nd place. That's all right. And Christopher Bell getting his first, or getting his best finish at a super speedway, finishing 3rd. I think before that, NASCAR or Fox said that I think his best finish at a super speedway was like 12th.
Yeah.
So the fact that he got a top 5 is good for Joe Gibbs Racing. It's good for that team, and it's good for the 20 car. So we already pretty much said what happened to Kyle Busch. But you gotta feel for him, because at the end, you saw when that caution came out, he went to his crew chief and he said, like, listen, if this was 1998 rules, I'd be driving right into victory lane right now. That was how Dale Earnhardt won his first Daytona 500 after 20 years of trying. Indeed. He won it he won it under caution, but he still won the Daytona 500 because someone wrecked when he was in the lead with 2 laps to go.
He absolutely sold that last lap.
I mean, I feel bad for him because I'm a big fan of Joe Gibbs Racing, so I used to like Kyle Busch a lot when he was driving the 18. You know, all those awesome paint schemes he would run in that 18 car, like the M&Ms and the Skittles and the Snickers. Those ones were great. But I felt so bad for him because I know he's in year 17 trying to get his first Daytona 500. And this goes back to like when he raced for Hendricks, racing the number 5, racing the 18, he never got one. He's been close every time. He's had second place finishes, but other than that, he said, it's not a matter of if or it's a matter of when I somehow get turned and get put into the wall. Indeed. And now he was the guy that got sent into the wall with Kyle Larson on that last lap, which helped Ricky Stenhouse get that checkered flag. Indeed. And then you put something down here. Racing in ARCA, who would that be?
Oh, Mr. Malcolm in the Middle himself, Frankie Muniz.
Frankie Muniz is driving NASCAR, or one of the subdivisions in NASCAR.
Yeah, I thought it was actual NASCAR, and I thought he was in the wreck, but apparently, thank God, he wasn't.
Yeah, but I think he's going to get called up to Xfinity this year, which is going to be really, really fun to see, which is like the AAA division of NASCAR.
Yeah.
And praying that he does well in the Xfinity Series, he can get called up to the Cup Series, because I think it would be cool to see Malcolm drive in the NASCAR Cup Series and go for a shot at a championship. But in order for that to happen, he's got to sign with a prestige team.
Indeed.
He's got to sign with. I don't see a guy like Rick Hendrick signing Frankie Muniz or Joe Gibbs.
No.
So you're probably looking at the best option being Roush Fenway Racing with guys like Keselowski. I think Ricky Stenhouse actually drives for Roush Fenway. I could be wrong. Don't want to jump the gun on that. But yeah, I think he drives that one too. But if Travis Pastrana, who tried to get a shot in the Nationwide Series in 2011, if he can get a shot and finish in the top 12 in Daytona, I think, if Frankie Muniz keeps going, he's got a shot at the Daytona 500, at least to qualify for a position next year. I think that would be awesome to see. But we saw one Ricky win. And it wasn't Ricky Bobby.
Sadly,
which is crazy to see.
Yeah, where are you at, man? Where are you at?
But coming up next week, NASCAR goes west. They're traveling to Fontana, the 2-mile oval track, which you could probably push around 202 miles per hour. It's kind of like Daytona, but not really, because you got to let off the gas a little bit. But that's the last race they're going to have at Fontana before they make what NASCAR called significant changes to the track. I hope that they don't put another road course out there. If you want to watch a road course, watch IndyCar, watch Formula One. I'm okay with the left turns in NASCAR because they're stock cars. They're not open cockpit cars. So I'm okay with the ovals because you know how boring it is watching a stock car go 90 miles per hour through left and right turns? We should know that because we have Watkins Glen right here in the great state of New York. Even though I've never been to a race at Watkins Glen. I've been to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I love that. You've been to Watkins Glen, I assume?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Why are you throwing me the L sign then?
Just because.
This is ridiculous. But yeah, big things coming up next weekend. My pick to win next week. I don't want to be basic and say Kyle Larson, but I think he's the car to beat at a track like that. I'm going to go out and I'm going to say Kyle Busch redeems himself. I think he wins the Fontana. Who's your pick?
Busch. He needs to come back after that mess of ending that is. But Kyle, come back, please.
There's always next year for Daytona, my guy. So Brock, thanks for coming on. Look forward to talking more NASCAR with you going into next week. And don't go away because for the final segment in approximately a minute, we're talking National Lacrosse League with our guy Brent when we return.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Here with Brent, our NLL guy. What's going on, dude?
I know, I'm repping. I got this new little jersey the other day, a little OP goat head. I'm rocking it because, you know.
For what? For what reason now?
I guess no reason at all. You and Justin already covered all that. Absolute horrendous.
We tried to,
but yeah, that's just, you know, I'll still rep it because I can't just throw this.
I mean,
you know.
Well, we're here to talk about a good team.
We're here to talk about the good team that plays at the Key Bank.
Because you know what? I think we should get a chant going real quick. Let's go Bandits.
Let's go Bandits. Let's go Bandits. You were at the last week when we were on here. We were talking about the upcoming game.
Yeah, we were.
And you went to it.
Against the Philadelphia Wings. And I expected the Bandits to go in there and squash them. I don't take any team lightly anymore.
Nope.
I'm done with that. I'm done.
No, you can't.
Listen to what happened. This team, you want to talk about overcoming a great story, okay, at showing adversity. The Bandits lost 5 starters in that game. Ian McKay went down. Dane Smith even went down. We lost Brandon Robinson for a quarter. Nanticoke was gone. We already came into that game without Josh Byrne and without a couple other starters, Chase Frazier, Chris Kluche. They're all out. We take it 13-12
The boys rallied.
In overtime.
And by who?
The great
Dane Smith.
Great Dane. Love that guy. But
he's a beast.
I think we got to talk about the referees in that game, my guy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my.
So
where do you want to start on
So
the
Dane Smith
referees?
gets butt-ended in the face with the stick in a tie game in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes for roughing.
Yeah, you love that.
2 minutes.
That's box lacrosse for you,
That is
though.
box lacrosse. Oh, and Brandon Robinson and some other player. You know, Robinson for the Bandits gets punched twice in the face. He comes back with a shove. He gets 2 minutes for roughing. The other guy goes right to the bench.
Yep. But, how does that even make sense? Because we're at home.
Well, dude, we face against 2 teams every week, and when we win, we only get credited with 1 win. We're facing against the 415-pound Weight Watcher referees every single night. I can't tell you, bro. We went to that game with my entire family. How many different swear words came out of my mouth? Remember SpongeBob where he held up all 13 fingers?
Probably swear words that aren't even a real word.
Do you remember, SpongeBob, all 13 fingers came up because he said 13 swear words you should never use? I said 15 of them. I'm
Only
not even,
15?
Probably 20 or 21, honestly. Yeah, someone needed to hand me a drink in that game. My God.
Were you drinking your bats?
No, I was eating my ice cream.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's at least you had something, you know.
Yeah.
You can't go a whole game not having a bev or a drink.
Oh, and something that I heard through the grapevine. So the fans got angry with the referee and they threw a bucket hat on the field. Do you know who threw that hat?
You.
No. A Philadelphia Wings fan threw it on the field.
Oh, of course.
And they said if something else is thrown onto the field, the Bandits would get a bench minor for delay a game. Because a Wings fan throws something on the field.
It's because it's in the Key Bank. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Oh, the referee's got to I don't know. Get a new prescription. Maybe stop watching Jacob Nottenor highlight videos.
Maybe, yeah, something. Maybe them and Donnie Meatball have to have a talk and get some new glasses because none of them work on any of them. I know we're talking about lacrosse, but with the glasses topic, holy mackerel.
But
it's
can we
just
talk
insane.
about, the absolute Mark Stain, whose house?
Stainhouse!
That type of move in overtime, Dane Smith, the double roll dodge against 2 guys, leaps over the crease and dumps it through the 5-hole to win the game, and sent all the 2 Philly fans home crying. So how about that?
Speaking of Dane Smith,
the dude's an absolute machine.
Leading the league in assists and points, not goals.
Oh yeah,
but
and he didn't win mid-season MVP. I guess that's a new thing that the National Lacrosse League did. Connor Fields did.
Oh, and guess what team he was on last year?
The Buffalo what?
Bandits. And now he goes to he went to Vegas, got traded again. Now he's on Rochester, gets MVP, which. If you're looking at it, where is he in the assist and points in the top 5? He's nowhere.
Yeah, he's
nowhere. He's nowhere in there.
He plays for the Rochester, you know what birds?
Yeah, the poop birds.
He plays for the.
But he has 28
Waits for the bum
goals.
pigeons.
He does. He gets MVP because of why?
Oh, it's not even MVP. It's mid-season MVP.
So he just played good for like 2 games.
Because that's going to look good on your resume for like half a second.
Yeah, apparently.
It's cool. It's just a filler on your resume.
But like Dane Smith has been leading the league in points for the last, I don't know, month, 2 months.
Like pretty much the whole season.
And honestly, pretty much the whole season. And a little bit ago it was a little bit close. It was a close race, but now he's just kind of going out of the water.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get anything.
They're doing all this without Josh Byrne. Doing all this without Frazier. All this without Nanticoke.
Can we talk about our attendee on Saturday night though?
Dude, I gotta say something real quick. That Vince make a save challenge. Like, what was that? Oh my god. Like, dude, he couldn't stop a friggin' beach ball that went over his shoulder.
It was actually so bad. Like, I don't understand how.
You know how many times I stood up and said, please retire?
If I was there, I would have been standing up right next to you saying the same thing. Because, like, first of all, you're wearing a whole bunch of equipment. Second of all, you are taking up the entire net. I'm not saying it's just him, because it's every goalie in the league that does the same thing. Wings? But yeah, how? I thought that was gonna be a straight blowout game. Like that was gonna be a statement game for the Bandits, because we're first in the league. Philly's coming into our city. And we need to just
5 at halftime.
Yep, and I was like, we need to put a stamp on it. We need to make it known that we are the team to go to the final again this year.
Brad McCulley stepping up though, number 10 for the Bandits, drawing first blood. He scored like 4 goals in that game. 3rd star of the game, by the way. Brad McCulley's a great depth player. We're also missing Dalton Sullivan in that game too, who's also a backup. So our backups are dropping like flies too. Ian McKay with the great tying goal. To tie it up at 11, where he jumped over the crease.
Jumped over and then put it. Yeah, that's great. I love those goals.
Shoulder.
Those goals are so gross.
I mean, he was great. Fired up the crowd a lot. Man, Brandon Robinson didn't even score a goal, but that dude was laying people out. Ian McKay got the crew of collision of the game behind the net, hitting the guy so hard that his helmet flew off. That was a great play. I'm surprised that they didn't get us 5 minutes for targeting there.
Yeah, honestly.
But
targeting.
It was a great game. That was my first time seeing the Bandits win in overtime live. And when they scored that goal, I mean, it brought back like Game 1 vibes when they scored with less than a minute to go.
Oh, it was probably so electric in there.
It was so loud.
I can't even imagine, like, the in-game announcer, he probably couldn't even say anything because it was so loud.
You could hear him in the background. If you watch the highlights, he's just going insane when he scored that goal.
He was like, Dude, he is one of the reasons the Bandits, I should say the Bandits and the Bandit land thrive.
Yeah.
He is
14,500 fans.
Yep.
On Saturday.
Probably more than what the Sabres have right now.
I hope that building's empty right now.
No, like there's probably 14,000 Toronto fans there.
Oh, well, you know
what? And only like 5,000 Sabres fans.
That's a great marketing idea from the Sabres' wonderful season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Giving all your tickets to the enemy fan. That's great. Awesome.
Yeah. Just let the Maple Leafs raid us.
You guys have about 2 brain cells if you thought that was a good idea. Awesome.
All I'm saying for the Bandits is if we go to the finals this year and I go to the games again, they better not lose.
No.
Because if that happens again,
Universal "Are You Choking" sign is the logo of the Buffalo Bandits.
What was that?
I don't know.
Battery's running low. We don't have a TV. I can't see myself, and now we're not even soon to not see the NLL
the Sabres
sign.
absolutely stink.
And where is the Mark Stainhouse?
Yeah, where is DJ Stainhouse? Again, swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
They told me before I came in, if we were to end on time, which I don't know how much time we have, but if we were to end on time,
hold on, I'll give you that information right now.
Stainhouse would be shown.
Yeah, he would. Oh, we end at 68th minute. 68th minute.
68th
so that'd be
minute.
9:08 p.m. Eastern time.
Or Mountain time.
No, that'd be 7:08 Mountain time.
Dude, you're so good.
Dude. I mean, we could always just, dude, I don't know. We could always just talk about Chris.
I love Chris.
I think he was refereeing that night.
He might have.
I mean,
maybe he was the reason.
I could see Brody's beer gut from the 317 section. I mean, like, dude, had to weigh like 415 pounds. He was like 10 steps behind every play. But you know what? I'll just send a Google Drive and I'll just apologize that we did such a bad job that night.
He probably showed up late. I don't even know. I don't even know what I don't know.
Oh!
I think that's him. That thing over there. That's
Yeah, well,
that's,
cameras can't see that over there.
Oh, I'll go grab it. I'll go grab it real quick.
You should go grab it.
This is.
No, that's
if you
like
guys
Mark
want to see
Stainhouse.
Chris,
That's Mark Stainhouse right there.
this could be either Mark Stainhouse, Chris Chirwa, or Casey Middlestat. What is happening?
Oh my God, dude.
I don't know, but this is gonna be our friend now.
I'm done with the Sabres, man. But I love the fact that the Bandits are 8-2.
You know what I love? Not being able to see my favorite lacrosse player to ever play in the NLL,
The best hair in all sports.
on this screen.
Yeah, number 9 on the field, number 1 in your heart. Still gotta get his jersey. Like, someone sell me his jersey. You know what I tried to do during the game or after the game? I walked up to this random dude, and I was like, "How much for that? How much for that? No, how much for that Stainhouse jersey off your back?" And he's like, "No." I should have done that.
You should have just told him you'd give him your house.
Why would I? Whose house would I give?
Stainhouse.
Whose house?
Exactly.
I should have just told him. I said, "Dude, I have a copy of 2K7 with the disc scratched. Okay, I will let you play it for 5 minutes for that Stainhouse jersey." Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, I get it.
It locked.
And then now it's locked.
I'm
Now we
so
don't
done.
have either TV.
I'm done. I mean, either Undertaker's coming out right now, either it's a black screen,
Nah.
or I mean,
That's sure arrow's gonna pop out of there.
no, they're just. Oh my. You said it was dead. What is this?
What's
no
happening?
signal?
No signal.
This is ridiculous.
This
I'm
is-
gonna have to call Notnor on the phone. This is absolutely ridiculous. Maybe he can fix it.
Well, we sure.
Oh, Topher.
Yeah,
Oh, you wanna
Topher. I
come
was about
fix
to say.
it?
Topher, are you watching?
Oh,
If you are,
he's definitely not watching.
yeah, definitely
I
not.
watched News 11. Did you see all my comments on News 11?
I did not watch News 11.
Me and my brother were spamming News 11 with Stainhouse content. We were saying that Roger Weiss and Mark Stainhouse should host News 11 this week.
They should just do.
And how he's the biggest stud on campus.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he walked on
I actually
campus,
saw him at
it would-
Sonny's. I actually saw Mark Stainhouse at Sonny's on
Was
Friday.
he the one that you caught last year during that one incident?
Dude, no. If that was him, I would have been looked at as a hero. But
You probably would have gave him a big kiss around the
we got
lips.
some great trees in the background now.
We do have some great trees. I
this
love
is
that.
absolutely
All right, do you want to just talk about real quick the
Sabres suck.
next couple games for the Bandits?
Yeah.
Look, couple predictions. We
All
got the
right.
Halifax.
We got home and home against Halifax. We got March 3rd, March 10th. The Colorado Mammoth on March 18th. I think we're wearing our St. Patty's jerseys for that game.
Wow.
So look out for that, guys.
And
St.
that's
Patrick's Day
our
jerseys.
spring break, so I might just have to be there.
Get out of here. You're done.
Yeah, get Casey Middlestat.
Choke
out of here.
slam. That was loud, man.
Oh my God. So then we got the Mammoth, San Diego, win. Okay, so let's see. Win.
We're just gonna win out. And
We
go
should just win out.
16-2.
Yeah, we're gonna go 16-2.
Sweep
We're
the
gonna
offs.
Sweep the offs.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep, and bring back Stainhouse.
Bring back Stainhouse.
Retire the
bring
nine.
Bring back Johnny T, not the one that's on the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, because he already scored tonight against UPL, which is great. So.
Yeah, and we probably still have UPL in the net.
Whoa, dude, they're shooting us right now.
Dude, wow. Yo, the last time I checked, we had 15 shots on net. The Sabres.
Do you believe miracles?
No.
Me neither. Because I honestly, if we're like halfway through the game, we should have more than 15 freaking shots.
Yeah, we should. We really.
And I don't even care that it's against Toronto. Like, I just hate UPL.
Well, the thing is
take more
we
Valentine's
just.
Day pictures, loser.
Cut it. We're done.
Cut it. We're done.
We're off.
Oh well.
Credits
can
are
you
off.
bring us back? We didn't get a proper send off.
Yeah, we didn't.
Bring us back.
Oh, 5-0.
We'll wrap up.
We'll wrap up. We can't see the screen.
I can't see the damn screen. So.
At least they got credits to work.
Oh, so we don't have to read them this week. That's good.
Is our mic still on?
Are we still on?
Oh,
Okay.
the mics are on.
All right, we can say goodbye now.
We could say our goodbyes.
All right, well, Bandits are great.
Bandits are awesome.
Sabres are duty. Yeah, I don't know. Goodbye. See you next week.
Yep, same place, same time.
Right here at Hendricks Hall. Not Jimi Hendrix, though.
No.
That would be kind of weird because he's been dead for quite a while.
But would it also be kind of legendary?